all, can you tell us your name and your title?
Mayor Weinstein, that's M-E-I-R, and the last name W-E-I-N-S-T-E-I-N, and I'm the National Director of the Jewish Defense League in Canada.
And why are you here today?
We're here to show our support for the Canadian government to take a firm stand against terrorism. George Galloway provides material support, funding for terrorist organizations. He gave money to the head of Hamas in Gaza last year in front of international press. Made no apologies for it. He wanted to come to Canada last year with the stated purpose to raise additional funds for Hamas. That's a crime, that's a criminal offense in Canada, and we'd like to see that upheld. So we support not allowing George Galloway to come to Canada to raise funds. This is not an issue of free speech. This is clearly an issue of raising material support for terrorist organizations. The more you support terrorist organizations, the more you will see the spread of terrorism to countries such as Canada. It's happening in the United States. It's happening in England. It's happening in Europe. Terrorism and bombs going off and innocent people being killed. We have to take a strong stand now against terrorism, and George Galloway is a bagman for Hamas.
Is there any evidence of that?
Overwhelming evidence that George Galloway has provided material and financial support for Hamas, and that his stated goal was to come to Canada to raise funds for Hamas. He raises it through his charity Viva Palestina and gives it in front of all the media to the head of the Hamas in Gaza. It's no secret, it's not hard to find, it's very easy to find. The information is all over the internet.
Am I right, or your organization is on the blacklist in the States?
No, we're not on any blacklist at all. I've been involved with the Jewish Defense League since 1979. And our record here is very clear against Nazi war criminals, neo-Nazis. I was one of the first to take a stand against Ernst Sundel. Our organization was the most vocal to take a stand on the issue of Nazi war criminals. And we're determined to take an issue on issues that are much more serious today. Terrorist organizations such as Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Muslim Brotherhood trying to get a foothold in Canada. And we're quite successful exposing and confronting these organizations and their front groups and their proxies. And we're going to continue.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Sir, can I get your name and how you spell
Yes, Mayor Weinstein, that's M-E-I-R-W-E-I-N-S-T-E-I-N, and I'm the National Director of the Jewish Defense League in Canada.
it? All right, and can you tell me why you're here today?
We're here to show our support for the Canadian government taking a stand against George Galloway. George Galloway is a bagman for Hamas. He raises funds and material support for Hamas. Last year in Gaza, he gave financial support in front of international media in Gaza to the head of Hamas. He makes no apologies for that. He states publicly that Hamas should be supported. He supports Hezbollah, he supports rockets, he supports terror, and he wants to come to Canada and raise additional funds for Hamas. It's a criminal offense in Canada to raise funds to ban terrorist organizations, and Hamas is on that list.
You don't believe that he's a humanitarian, that is dealing with Hamas is the only way that he can help his people?
He is not a humanitarian. He is not a peacemaker. He is a man of war. He is a man who chooses his words carefully. He is a man who incites violence against Jews, against Israel, and believes deep down in his very being, in his very core, in the destruction of Israel and the destruction of the West. George Galloway is a dangerous person who has raised funds for Hamas and encourages material support for Hamas, the Muslim Brotherhood, and the Hezbollah, all groups banned in Canada. Mayor Weinstein, M-E-I-R-W-E-I-N-S-T-E-I-N, and I'm the National Director of the Jewish Defense League in Canada. Thank you.